You're listening to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Each week, I'm going to be interviewing top realtors from coast to coast to give you a backstage pass on how they've created their amazing real estate empires and how you can copy them. Hi, this is Craig Proctor, and welcome to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Today, my special guest is Janelle Endres from the Tampa Bay area in Florida. Janelle, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks, Craig. We wouldn't miss it, and we really appreciate you inviting to share with other agents things to be successful.
Well, nobody better to talk to than somebody that's already successful like you, Janelle. Hey, we were talking before we got started here. You're not originally from Tampa Bay, Florida. You started selling real estate over in Colorado. How the heck did you pick up your business, and why did you pick up your business to move from Colorado to Tampa Bay?
That's a great question. Well, raised our family in Denver, and I was an agent there for years, since 1998. And Bill was getting ready to retire, my husband, and our plan was to retire in the Tampa Bay area. His idea was I was going to retire and play golf with him every day. And unbeknownst to him, that was not my plan. My plan was to continue selling real estate because I love it. I enjoy it. We love helping other people. And so that was going to be my goal. And so we moved here.
I love it. So you moved from Denver to Tampa Bay because your husband wanted to play golf. So you had to pick up your real estate career and start all over again.
I did.
So was that kind of scary?
Well, at the time I thought, I built a business fairly good in Denver, not as successful as we are right now, but I thought, I was going to do the same things I did in Denver to build my business. So, I'm pretty positive, and we're sort of the type of people that we say we can do it. And I thought, I'm just going to go and join a company, get my license, and start selling real estate. And boy, I did not know how difficult it was to restart in an area where you don't know anybody, you don't have leads, you don't have a sphere of influence, and suddenly realized that selling real estate I was bad. I was like one or two transactions a year, the first 2 years, maybe 3. And I was trying to do everything I had done in the past to be successful, and it just wasn't working. It was pretty scary.
Well, but then you met me. So what happened?
Oh, well, you probably don't know this, but I had been to your conferences even years before and believed in your system, but just never, took the initiative to dive in. So you did some conferences here in Tampa about generating leads and how you can have leads coming in, an overflow of business, and still play golf. Go, it was James McDonald there. You could still play golf, still be on your boat. And I'm going, hey, that's exactly what I planned on doing. So went to a one-day seminar and then signed up for the conference. And
so that's where you met me the first time, was at one of those 3-day conferences.
Yes. And it was great. I drugged my husband with me because I wanted to see what he was, I was getting into. Of course, he thought he was going to golf the whole weekend.
Okay, so your husband's retired at this time, so you drag him to this Craig Proctor Real Estate Conference.
That's right.
And so he sits in and watches the thing, even though he's not in real estate and he's retired. That's
right. He was going to play golf, but it rained, so he sat there the whole time. And at the end, you explained what you were going to do, and I wanted to do it, but I just, I was a little bit worried about, diving in and doing it. And my husband's standing there filling out the form going, you're doing this. If you're going to still sell real estate, you need these systems. You need this to be successful. And he was absolutely right. And it has been life-changing for both of us to have systems in place to get leads and to have an overflow of leads where we now are where we're at today with opening a brokerage, which was not in the plan either.
Well, thank God it rained that day, because otherwise Bill would have been out golfing. So that's awesome. So Bill saw the value in the system, even though he wasn't a realtor, and he kind of pushed you along and said, this is what you need. Okay, so what changes now? You get involved, you're in the Craig Proctor system now. What's the first positive things that started to happen?
Well, I learned how to generate leads as far as people who are motivated, ready to buy and sell real estate. I learned how to give a benefit, how to show people benefits as far as why to work with us. And so I learned that I didn't need to be just an average real estate agent, but I needed to give people what they wanted when they met us and show them how we can help them and what's in it for them and not be about me. And that has been life changing. We do presentations that have been given to us and have systems in place, and everything has a system and runs by the systems.
I love it. That's textbook Craig Proctor. Does that sound attractive to those of you watching? When we're talking about generating leads, we're talking about like actual buyers and sellers calling you saying, can you help me? We're not talking about scraped leads. We're not talking about cold calling. We're not talking about people that you were chasing. 100% of the business would come to you. And then at Janelle's office, they sift and sort and decide who's worthy, which prospects are worthy of them. So we call this reverse prospecting. But when you get involved with the Craig Proctor system and the lead generation cranks up, that's the first thing we help all of our members with. It does create other problems, doesn't it, Janelle? Because now you've got all this business coming in, and now you have to hire other people and grow your team out. You have to be better with conversion. So talk about, as this Craig Proctor system kicks in and you're generating all these leads, talk about some of the other things that you had to do, to double and triple and what's next, quadruple your business, because
Absolutely.
That's what you've done. It just keeps growing and growing and growing exponentially. And the important thing, without you working harder.
Exactly, because the systems run everything. So originally I was just a solo agent, and that's all I really believe in. Unbeknownst to me, you had the answers to everything in building a team. So obviously my husband was pretty involved listening to all this. And the next thing I knew, he sort of became involved helping me do all the systems and telling me to do exactly what you said, because, I had the old paradigm of, well, that's not the way it really should be done. And Bill would say, wait, you hired this guy to coach you, to teach you, just do what he says, Janelle. And I'd be like, yeah. And he'd go, just do it. So that's the way we started off, was Bill, being in the background and you guys coaching us. And then he ended up getting his real estate license, which he said he would never do. Now you got to realize he was a pilot. He was in the Navy. Him and I both were in the Navy. And then he worked for FedEx for 30 plus years as a 777 captain when he retired. So this real estate is not his thing. He said he would never help me, never be part of my business. You do it, it's your thing. So he went out and got his real estate license to start helping me because I couldn't handle it all. He started doing.
But that's really awesome. There's so many clients I work with where they've got that support of their spouse. They've got a partner that's real strong. So that must have really helped. Take some of the responsibilities could go to Bill now, and you could focus on what you're good at. Bill could focus at what he's good. I mean, obviously, if he's a pilot for that kind of success as an airline pilot, he's used to systems. I mean, he has a flight plan. Realtors, we don't have a flight plan, right? We get in the plane and we fly all over the place, right? You would think if you were having an operation, you'd want to make sure that the surgeon has a plan for the surgery. Like they're not just cutting you open and winging it. So I believe really that's what Bill brought to the table here. Is he's a systems guy, being a commercial airline pilot for that long. I think that's what he really saw in the Craig Proctor system. He saw that, there is a procedural way to do this, makes sense, right? There's a method, a best practice way to generate the leads, convert the leads, recruit, hire, train. The presentation has a best practice. So that must have been huge for you when Bill decided to come out of retirement. You must have made it sound really attractive because he came out of retirement to help you out. And since then, it's been incredible growth you've had.
Right, it has been. And, one of the things too, I do want to mention is our goal is always to give back to the community, and it always was with the business. But with us doing this, we give to the Children's Miracle Network Hospital. That last year we were able to give $20,000. This year we will give $25,000. He does hurricane relief flights with a small plane we have. And he also is working on angel flights to take sick people. So the business supports helping the community. And that was one of the
awesome.
why I wanted to continue working, because if you're not giving back to others, what are you going to do? Your business has to be for other people. And you teach us that too. And that has really been our goal. And that's our why as far as staying in the business, is to help other people and to continue helping in the community.
Great. I remember when I started in real estate, I didn't have $25,000 to give away because it was about survival mode. So it's really nice that you're able to get up every day, do something you love, be able to work with your husband, be able to just keep doubling and tripling your business every couple of years, and be able to give back to the things that are important to you. So how do you do it now? The leads come in automatically to you. Are you running the leads, or do you have virtual assistants running the lead generation?
So I do look at the leads and cherry pick the best ones, because I was taught by the best to do that. And then we do have ISAs who call the leads. And then what they do is they have a certain script that we use to find out their timing, the person's timing and motivation. And because the person's raising their hand, right? They've come to our website, or sometimes they're even calling us directly from the direct marketing we do. So we find out their timing.
Those are the best ones, aren't they? When they just call in and say, hey, Janelle, come on over and get me.
Well, and believe me, when I first started the system, I remember having a call with Todd Walters, and he said to me, how many people are calling you to buy real estate, Janelle? And I went, this week. And I went, none. Last week? No. It was embarrassing. Where now, pretty much daily we have somebody calling us directly, and definitely they're on our website asking for information, texting. But we do have an ISA, an inside sales agent, and we're getting ready. We're bringing on 2 more because we have such an overflow of leads. And they call, they sift through, they find out who's ready to make a move in the next 3 to 6 months. And then they book the appointment. And then what's great is then we hand those over to our outside sales agents. So we're just not giving them random leads to call and try to figure it out. We figure it out for them. We have the overflow, and then we give them to the agents to go on to the appointment and meet with the buyers and the sellers. So
okay, if you're, let me interrupt here for 1 second. If you are a real estate agent and you're in the Tampa Bay, Florida area, if this sounds of interest to you, you should reach out and have a conversation with Janelle Endres about partnering up. Okay, do you hear what she's saying? She takes care of the lead generation, and these aren't crummy leads. These are great leads that go to inside sales agents. So either Janelle is cherry picking the best ones herself, like if they're saying, come on over and list my house. And the inside sales agents are getting these leads and setting up appointments for outside sales agents. So if you're the type of realtor that you don't want to go out with buyers and sellers, and you'd like to get like a guaranteed salary and just call leads all day, you could be an inside sales agent on the Janelle Endres team. But if you're an outside sales agent, imagine not getting leads, but actually getting appointments where Janelle actually fills your week, your day timer, with people that want to list their home and people that want to sign a buyer agency agreement. And of course, that training is all there. So, you don't really even have to have a creative bone in your body. Janelle will say, here's our ultimate listing presentation. Here's the buyer presentation, and train you on how to do this, because obviously the more your team members make, the more you make. So Janelle is very, very focused in everybody doing very well on the team. So again, if you're in the Tampa Bay area and you're tired of cold calling, door knocking, you're tired of wasting your money buying leads from Zillow or Realtor or wherever the heck else you're buying your leads, which usually aren't even real leads, they're like scraped information and people don't even want to talk to you. If you're tired of all that, and if you don't want to spend years figuring this out, just contact Janelle. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. This is about partnering up. So if you did speak to Janelle, there is no downside to this. At least you're going to hear exactly what she does. You can verify that she's a real realtor and she's having massive success in Tampa Bay, even though she's not from Tampa Bay. She's from Denver. She's implanted here in Tampa Bay because her husband likes to play golf, right? So if she can do it, you guys can do it as well. Now, if I'm a realtor thinking, hey, you know what? I would like to just have a conversation with Janelle about possibly partnering up or just talking about how this all works. What would be the best way for a realtor to reach you and have a conversation?
Mm-hmm. They could call me directly, and that's what we want them to do at my number, and that's just 727-515-9551. And we'll have that conversation. We bring them in and we meet with them and show them what we do. They're not paying for leads. We pay all those expenses. All they have to do is be able to sell real estate and be trainable and willing to learn our systems. And we're powered by the best systems, I think, in the United States and North America. We have the Your Home Sold Guaranteed University, thanks to yours truly, Mr. Craig Proctor. And we're standing, Craig, on your shoulders. You're like the giant that we stand on your shoulders, Bill and I, and we look out there and you tell us what to do and give us the systems. And that's how we're successful, is by repeating what you've done for years. So we're very thankful for that and would not be here without those type of things. But if an agent wants to be successful, we're the place to be, absolutely, in the Tampa Bay area.
Now, you opened your brokerage. It's a licensed Craig Proctor brokerage, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Advantage. So just to give everyone a little history, what are we talking about here? Well, when of course, I started as a real estate agent. I became the top RE/MAX agent in the world for commissions earned within 3 years of having my license. And that's how I got into coaching other agents. And what agents liked about it is, here I was somebody that was actually making millions of dollars selling real estate. No, not like a lot of the coaches that just talk about how to get rich selling real estate. I actually did really, really well. So other agents were coming to me and wanting to know, how are you doing this? So I started off coaching solo agents, and then we started doing team training. I was one of the first agents in North America, of course, to have a team, if not the first. So I was kind of the OG with this. So a lot of agents that wanted to build teams, like Janelle, would come to me. And then we thought, you know what? Let's license entire brokerages. So over the last couple of years, that's what we've been doing. We've got about 50 Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty brokerages all over the United States and Canada. And we're hoping to get that number up to 100. So if you're a broker owner and you would like to license your entire office, license the Craig Proctor intellectual property, our technology, our coaching and training, then you should be contacting me to learn more about how to open your own Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Advantage. Now, just the name of your company, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, is amazing on a Google search. I mean, the name of your company really, really matters. And let's agree that most buyers and sellers start their search on Google, right? We start our search for everything. I want to go to a restaurant. I want this or that. We start our search on Google. So the name of the company was very carefully picked because if you Google Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, you should see what happens. It'll tell you how many people search that. So I want to congratulate you on taking that next move up the Craig Proctor ladder from a solo agent to team member. You moved right up to our through coaching and platinum and titanium, and now you're at the top of the mountain, Janelle. You're a Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty brokerage, fully licensed, you and all of your agents, your team, into the Craig Proctor system. So you have created some bonus items that I want to get to here today. I think one of the things you were wanting to talk about were open houses and just basically how you do everything in a unique way. So we'll show you some of these bonus items. We don't have time to go through it all, but what we'll do is if you watch this until the end of our interview, what we'll do is we'll put a link down in the comments and you're going to be able to download what we're going to show you now. So Janelle has taken the time to assemble some of our marketing, create an awesome bonus gift, a bonus download for all of you who wait till the end of, who are with us at the end of this interview, and we'll type that into the comments. And by the way, if you would like to speak to me about being part of the Craig Proctor system, you can book a call. All I have to do is go to proctorcall.com, my name, proctorcall.com, and you can book a day and a time. and we'll talk to you about your business, where you are now, where you want to go. And we'll just spend 45 minutes with you, showing you, giving you advice on what I would do if I was you. And at the end of the call, if you like it, you might want to continue to work with me. If not, then at least you got a good 45 minutes of Craig Proctor knowledge. So it's proctorcall.com. We'll type that domain name into the comments below if you want to book what we call a breakthrough call with the Craig Proctor team. All right, so Faith, our moderator, let's pull up some of the bonus material that Janelle has been kind enough to send in to us today for our interview. Again, if you join me a little bit late, I'm interviewing Janelle Endres. She is originally from Denver, and then she moved to Tampa Bay because her husband retired and likes to play golf. And then, Janelle, you figured out how to get him out of retirement, and now he's the key part of your team. So,
Absolutely.
You know, everything happens for a reason, and we're so glad that Bill sat through the conference and saw the value in this, and has been a big part of obviously your life and your business now. So walk us through what we've got. And Faith, maybe you can just scroll through here. We'll just go through this really, really quickly because obviously we don't have time to go through it all, but you don't have to digest it now. You're going to be able to download this because we're going to put a link in the comment section. So take it away, Janelle. Tell us what we've got here.
Sure. What we have here is a packet, part of a packet that we use for our open houses. And what we do is we feel like it's very important at our open houses. We don't do them like other agents, of course, because we've been trained a system through Craig to do it untraditional. So we do our open houses in such a way that instead of doing them for hours, we do them for 1 hour, and we have people lining up literally out the door and we sign them in. But it's important when you do these open houses that you have a system into place. But instead of giving people, the buyers and sellers as they come in, just one piece of paper about the home, we give them a whole packet about us. And we also give them tips to do for loan applications and mortgages, things to do. We explain what needs to be done to purchase a house. And we tell them about our advantage programs, the 10 points that they can do for listing, you know, if they come to buy a home with us, and the process, because it creates goodwill to them, where people, instead of just coming to the open house and you're trying to beg them to meet with you, and they want to meet with you when they see everything you have to offer, because it's not just, you know, all about you, it's what you have to offer them. And so it's great too. There's a property card that we always include that I learned that also from Mr. Proctor. Thank you very much. We've added a QR code to it so it goes to our YouTube video. So the people are always seeing the property after they leave there, because we scan them in, we get their information, we share the scan sheet for you. Instead of doing a paper sign in, we have them to use their phones with a QR code. It captures all their information, and then we follow up with them after an open house. So where most agents are filling out all these papers, people fill it out, Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, everything. I don't know why, but for some reason, when we have them do it on their phone, we get the right names and we check right there to make sure. But we've, you know, shared that with you. That's something Bill figured out how to do, and we find it's the best way to capture people when they come into your open house, and they're less threatened. For some reason, they'll just do it on their phone. I have no idea why. All I know is we tested it, it works. And then what's great is it goes to a CVS file, it goes to a file, a Google Doc. So now we have all their information from everybody who came into that open house after we leave on one place. So of course we're following up with those leads to see who's interested in buying in the next 3 to 6 months, so we can assign them out to our agents. So, and
all right, thank you, Faith. You can take that away.
Sellers love it too, because it's not traditionally what the other agents are doing. So,
well, look, the reason you get real information is you're offering something of value and people want it. So if they give you, you know, incorrect email address or phone number, they're not going to get the thing that they want. No. Again, what we just showed you, I mean, we rushed through it, but you can all download it. In the comments, you're going to see a link to download the bonus materials. I do that every interview. I ask our Craig Proctor superstar to put together some examples of their marketing, because I know our people watching like this. They like to be able to look at what you're doing. And many will call you. Many will call Janelle, and they might say, is this the real deal? Janelle, are you related to Craig? Are you his sister or something? No, Janelle is the real deal. Again, moved from Denver to Tampa Bay, didn't know anybody. One of the most successful real estate agents in the state of Florida. She now is not just a solo agent. She has a large team, and she has a Craig Proctor brokerage, Your Home Sold, guaranteed realty advantage in the Tampa Bay, Clearwater, St. Pete's area. So if you're enjoying this, you should look her up. Reach out. Doesn't cost anything to have a conversation. She's always looking for skilled realtors. Whether you're an inside sales agent, would prefer to have a guaranteed salary and just call the leads and qualify and set up appointments, or whether you're an outside sales agent who literally if you join Janelle's team, you would just go from appointment to appointment to appointment. You have no expenses. She covers all the advertising and marketing. She trains you. She coaches you to be super successful. So what you make, you keep. So think about what you really net in your pocket. You hear realtors like, oh, I net 100 grand, but they spend 40 to do it. So they're really only netting 60 and they're working 7 days a week. It doesn't need to be that way. And, you could do what Janelle has done, and you could come to me and I can teach you what I've taught Janelle, and you can start your own Craig Proctor team. Even if you're a solo agent, we'll show you how to become super successful as a solo agent. But if you join Craig Proctor, if you join up with me, you will not be a solo agent for long, because my goal is always to overwhelm you with new business. Some of you might say, well, I really don't want a team. Look, if you hire your team correctly, I'm talking about hiring the right people at the right time, doing the right things. Two things will happen. Just like Janelle, you'll make more money, right? And you'll have more time off. So who doesn't want that? And the more Janelle is involved with the Craig Proctor system, that continues to happen. She keeps making more every year and working a little less because the systems and the people are doing the heavy lifting. So who doesn't want that? Now, you don't have to invent this. If you're struggling right now and you're like, oh my God, this is hard. Sometimes Janelle will have realtors say, I would never want to make $1 million a year. And my response is why? Did you try it and you didn't like it? No, because for most realtors, to make $1 million a year doing it the old way might mean they have a terrible life, right? Might mean divorce or health problems, or they wouldn't see their kids, or they'd have to give up their hobbies. Doing it the traditional way, that's true. We're not talking about doing it the traditional way. Okay, I've created more millionaire real estate agents than any other coach, trainer, or guru. Heck, a lot of these so-called gurus have never even had a real estate license, or if they did, they just weren't that successful. You know the old saying, those that can do and those that can't teach. Well, I have this dual track record as one of the top real estate agents in the world and one of the top coaches in the world. And I would love to help you. So if you want to jump on a Zoom call, just go to proctorcall.com. My name, Proctor. See, it's right in the background, proctorcall.com. Book a day and a time that works for you. We'll jump on a Zoom meeting, interview, find out a little bit about you. That's how I started with Janelle. Janelle didn't know anything about me. She was intrigued by my message. Hopefully our interview here, Janelle, hopefully it's intriguing people, right? Hopefully someone's watching this. I heard of Craig Proctor, maybe he's the same as all the other guys. But if we've compelled you to want more information, you don't have to take my word. Reach out to Janelle. Call Janelle and say, hey, it sounds good. Might even sound too good to be true. What is your real experience, Janelle, with Craig Proctor? She'll let you know. And Janelle can point you to dozens, really hundreds of other Craig Proctor members, not just in the state of Florida, but all over the United States and Canada, who we've helped that are part of the Craig Proctor system. So anything you want to add here, Janelle, before we wrap up our interview?
Yes, I do. I just want to say, you just got to look at what happened to me. I moved here from Denver and I thought, hey, I did this in Denver. I can do this again. And after 2 years, and I was a successful agent in Denver, selling over 100,000 as a solo agent, which at the time I thought was good. I wasn't trying to do a lot. I was just, working with past clients. But I came here and it was just, I was trying hard. I was working, trying to get leads, doing open houses every week, and nothing was happening. And then bam, I went to the Craig Proctor program, started the systems, and I believe we only started in 2018, Craig. And so from 2018 to now, we went from a solo agent to building a team and now having the brokerage. And we talked about doing the brokerage, but I'm telling you, as soon as you rolled out that your home sold guaranteed, my husband and I were like, those are the magic words. We want to be part of this. And it's the best thing we did. And we appreciate your support and the support of all the Proctor's members. And this is the real deal. And you should call Craig and have that breakout call. So that's what I have to say. Call Craig and make it happen for you, because all the Proctor members work together. We want everybody to be successful in the business. And if that's what you want to do, this is the place to be.
Thank you so much for that, Janelle. The Guaranteed Sale Program was one of the marketing campaigns that really set me apart as a brand new agent in my marketplace just north of Toronto here in Canada. It was weird, right? Because when I got into real estate, I was 26 years of age. I'd never sold anything in my life, right? I'd never taken any marketing courses. The only reason I got into real estate is because my father was a real estate agent. And he even told me, don't do it, right? So even my father said, yeah, you probably, I dropped out of college, I dropped out of university. He's like, you're probably not going to stick with this. Like, it's harder than you think. And so that kind of drove me to figure it out. And the first couple of years were rough. I mean, I did what everyone else did, right? I looked around at all the other agents, they're door knocking, cold calling, doing all the traditional stuff. And I was not successful in that first year. And I'm thinking, holy cow, my dad was right. This is tough. But I stumbled onto direct response marketing. I really believe with the marketing knowledge that I learned, no matter what business I was in, that I was going to be successful, because now I understood how to offer customers, clients, what they really wanted to get them to contact me. And that was like the big shift in my business. So I basically go from as dumb as a pile of rocks in my first year of business, struggling, thinking, did I do the wrong thing? To the second year, I sold over 100 houses. And the third year, the third year I was number one in the world for RE/MAX. I was still in my 20s. This is kind of embarrassing, but I was still living in my parents' basement. Yeah, I'm from up north, so we have basements here. Janelle, but I was living in my parents' basement, number one RE/MAX agent in the world, got a lot of attention. It was a great story for RE/MAX, right? So they really pushed it out here. Here's a guy that's, he's living in his parents' basement. He's a serial failure at other things. He got into real estate, and within 36 months, he's making millions of dollars as the top agent for RE/MAX. So that was all over the national press. And that's really how I started getting, that's how other agents started to learn about me. They probably thought, hey, if this guy can do it, right, then I can do it. They heard my story. And so what I learned about myself is I was pretty good at communicating what I had learned, what I was doing with other agents. So I started doing these seminars back in 1995. The first seminar I did, I think we had 13 agents at it. I was very nervous. But what I realized, the epiphany that I had, is after that first seminar, when I followed up with the 13 realtors that attended my first seminar, they were all starting to win. They were all starting to get the same results that I was getting. And that's when I realized, holy cow, I'm onto something. This was not about Craig Proctor. This was about the systematic way that I discovered to be successful as a pretty new agent. And anybody that did it this way was starting to get the same results that I was getting. And then word got out of the success that people that attended my conferences, and they got bigger and they got bigger and they got bigger and bigger. And now we've had over 30,000 agents come through my training in the last 25 years. It's amazing that it's been 25 years, but I still love it today as much as I did back then. It's really cool to be able to help people. Like, we're in a really positive business here. People don't want to buy life insurance. People don't want to buy a funeral plot, but people want to buy houses, right? And we get to help people every day realize their dreams and buy that first home or move up to that home, the place they call home. And then having this thriving real estate business and being able to help other real estate agents. I get paid to do this, but it's very gratifying to be able to just actually help a lot of people in the process. And I'm very proud of of you, Janelle, and how much success that you've had. And big thanks to Bill. Of course, tell him I'm so glad it rained that day and he ended up not golfing and sitting at the conference. And I know he's just been a tremendous, life partner and business partner for you. And you're just going to continue to grow this. And if you're in the Tampa Bay area right now and you've not heard of Janelle, you're going to. Okay, you're going to. So you may as well just call her now, because everybody in Tampa Bay, if you haven't heard of Janelle Endres, you're going to, because she is doing this with her business. So we're out of time here for today. Again, if you want to talk to me, go to proctorcall.com. We'll set up a time to have a little conversation, just like when I first met Janelle. And Janelle, if I'm a realtor in Tampa Bay and I'm like, you know what? If you can't beat him, join him. I don't want to spend, 5-6 years figuring this out. As an agent, I can just go over and join Janelle's team at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Advantage here in the Tampa Bay area. And I can leverage off of all the work and investments and just as an outside sales agent, go from appointment to appointment to appointment. Isn't that what you want if you're an outside sales agent? Having the appointments just lined up and then having an awesome presentation. All you got to do is show up, go through the presentation, get the listing signed. Everything else is done for you. Janelle's company will install the sign, make the feature sheets, get the keys cut, even call the clients every week for you until the offer comes in, and then you present the offer and then you collect your commission check. We couldn't make it easier or more profitable for realtors. And that's why her team is growing, because you should check it out. If you're skeptical, set it aside. This is just a phone call. Janelle, I want to thank you so much for doing this. Give us your phone number one more time.
Thanks, Craig. And it's Janelle Endres, and it's 727-515-9551. Love to hear from you.
There you have it, folks. Thank you so much for watching the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. We'll see you again next time. Take care. Have yourself a great day. Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's going to let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.